Hello and welcome to our Resistance playthrough. In the last episode we have unlocked Defend the Earth, which was one of our missions here, set our goals, and now we have to continue doing stuff like salvage alien technology, find out their movements and later their origin to progress in the quest line. While we work on alien movements so that we finally can detect them and then of course take them out, we have to do more stuff like the arrival economic system next on the agenda here, and also there is the Artemis rocket project here, a torpedo project, which I want to do as soon as possible because then we can dive into proper ship designs. However, the urgency of that has decayed a bit because the alien fleet that was here around Earth has flown away. So the ship here, the Victor 6, that was a destroyer which was around Earth, has decided to fly back to Omir, one of their bases in the outer Kuiper belt. And now the next steps are going to be to prepare for the future, which will be that I'm going to put a second shipyard or space dock here on our Albemarle station, which we can rename to Space Dock 1 for now. Because then we have two shipyards with that we can construct stuff. Meanwhile, I'm also progressing towards the grid drive, as I explained in the tech and science videos. So the grid drive is going to be an objective here. So we need to do some stuff for that. We have to get the solid core fission reactor, for which we need to research solid core fission systems. That's going to be the next research slot that we are going to put there, which is going to be in arrival economics here. And now the alternative is that we're going to augmented learning. I'm not 100% sure, so maybe I'm not sure what I want to delay in what regard here. But anyway. So there are certain things we are doing now. We're also going to take the last spot in Mexico and then reclaim Canada. We know that there is an alien agent on the loose here in Canada, which was flipping this to the Protectorate. We have to prevent this in the future, so we have to hunt this creature down. And also we are continuously buffing up our agents here. So we want the Amethyst instrument here for the 2 espionage that we can do on put on our Felicia here, our Kingpin, so that she has 17. The maximum stats one can get is 25. So 17 would be really close. We just need a bit more money and then we have that. I'm not going to save up for this org. 1.9k is just too expensive, but I'm considering to maybe get the standard missiles and space as well because of the mission control bonus and the mission control percentage that we can get there. But yeah, that's going to be the things I want to do here now. And we still want to boost up our science if possible somehow. But there are not many options right now except taking Mexico and reclaiming Canada here. Which will be the most important thing to do. There we go, that's the last one in Mexico that's going to fall now.
Things are stabilizing.
And let's see what we can do afterwards. We're also pushing mission control in Mexico first here, and later we are going to go harder into welfare to fix that. Long term we are going to look into projects to combine the whole Northern American continent. So let's use this one and put one in spoils again. Here we go. Now we do have around 14 investment points that are going into everything they do here, and half of that is going into mission control. So we get one every 2 months,
Culture is nothing more than a
which means in 2 years Mexico is maxed out.
Carbonated beverage.
Now, augmented reality first or the solid core fission systems? I think solid core fission system, because it also unlocks nuclear freighters, is more important for me right now. I'm not going to win mission to the asteroids. What I'm going to do now is to see how many people are going to invest into solid core fission systems itself, to see how much we can afford to push into projects here. This one is an important one because there will probably be some space project that we have to finish over time. So, Mexico done, and now Valerie... No, Valerie is the wrong one. Ian here will take over the other spot in
targeting their center of power.
At your
Canada
service.
for us here.
Your orders?
Ready
And
for orders.
can we... We do need the... We do need some influence here, right? And I forgot. We got lucky here that it didn't move away in the new orc phase we just started. Didn't pay attention to this. So we are going to buy it here with Felicia, as mentioned. This one is still alive as well, so we need a bit more money again. We have 1.9k for 5 admin here and 5 admin for 4.5k now. We don't have the money to buy this currently. We really don't. There's a 2 persuasion orc available. We maybe want to consider this one. But we don't have the admin for this either, so probably we're going to delay and not buy this one. But yeah. Now Valerie should protect our assets here in Mexico, or rather... Yeah, we are going to defend Canada afterwards as well, so that the control points here are well and protected. And... yeah. I'm going to save up a bit more resources again before we make the next base on Mars, or do we want to do this already? Let's see, we could do another one, 10 boost. Now I think we need a bit more to then send the remaining resources there. How many are? Still nobody else has arrived. So let's pick ECDs here. I think that's a good mix of everything again. So ECDs, we get the template. We can't afford it. Yeah, I expected this. So we just have to wait a tiny bit here until we can do this. But fine.
Standing by.
It's no problem. And now, how do we continue from here? Well, mostly we just have to research stuff. So there's not a lot of things that we can accelerate right now by playing better or anything. We just have to get through the stuff here. We can't upgrade our agents either. We just need global text, we need projects, and we have to get our mining operational. And the Subutai base, the first one, is going to come online in May 2028, so that's still quite a while away. And I think with that I'm going to jump forward a bit to progress our quest line and everything in that regard. Okay, we finished alien movements as the project, and by studying residue found in the vicinity of the reported alien sightings, we have established that rather than sweating liquid as humans do, these aliens dissipate heat in a similar manner to dry ice sublimating from solid to gas. Fortunately for us, tracking this is relatively straightforward. During the peak of the global war on terror, most nations were already using forward-looking infrared to detect biological aerosol threats. By expanding the quantities and capabilities of such systems, you will be able to detect the presence of this alien byproduct in real time. So now we are going to be able...
breakthrough, Commander. We can track them now.
To find them, actually. So we have combined old-fashioned satellite coverage with some newly developed technology designed to detect aliens via the biological signatures. As more intelligence agencies and communications companies join our cause, our tracking network is expanding to cover the entire globe. It's crude, and we are having to depend on a lot of people, whom I don't trust very much, but if we are right, it will give us the capability to track alien movements on Earth in real time. Let's see if it works. And now, our new objective is acquire an alien corpus. We have learned all we can from remotely studying our enemy. To go further, we need an actual specimen. As yet, we have no idea how to protect ourselves from whatever mechanism the aliens use to enthrall humans. So our solution is to render the alien unable to enthrall us by killing it. A few of our researchers have objected to carrying out what amounts to an assassination mission, but given how many humans have died in this conflict already, the majority of our personnel are less squeamish. It's important, however, that we do not execute this operation in a casual manner. The aliens and their human allies have no doubt become aware of our efforts. It seems likely that we are inviting retaliatory strikes when we go forward. Now we want to find one and then see what we can do with that. So we are going to do now the talent development to get +2 investigation and 2 espionage on all of our counselors, because that's going to push us to, I think, 19 on the espionage person and 17 on our investigation person. So that's going to be quite useful here. I'm going to push that with priority 3 for the moment here, so that we are ready. We do know that there is someone around here in the Americas.
Recon complete.
But now the big question is, how do we find it? So we have to hope that it does some kind of mission against us, that it accidentally gets revealed, and then we can investigate that and try to track it. But for that we have to just wait and see. And so until then, let's see how it works out, because this is just a question of time, and yeah, there's not much that we can do about it. Good for us. The next mission phase here, as we can see, didn't really have anything of value except these 2 welfare orcs, which would be nice to have, but we do not have the resources to buy them, and not the orc points or the admin points here to afford that. Could buy these ones though. Might be worth it. 25 in +4% government. Maybe not the worst, but we don't invest into government currently, so let's keep it open until we find something better. Yeah, and let's just jump and rush forward here to get everything done that we need. Okay, not a lot of time has passed. We are on the 16th of December and we actually found an alien. They have transferred another point here to us, to the Protectorate again. I was betting correctly that there is an alien connected to this, and now we can go deeper into this. I made one investigation mission here already to find it. Now we have to investigate them again. Going to use 2. No, let's actually use only 1, because then we have 16 left. That's important here, yes. I'm also going to go into the operations research here for the moment, with the whole purpose of getting more ops again, so that we can use them in the next mission, because we are going to need them. What I also can do here now is transfer from Ian the +1 espionage, because we are going to need as much as we can, to Felicia here. So we can buy skiller investments for 3 admin, relatively expensive, and then we assign this one here. So we are now at 20 espionage here. Meanwhile, the project has finished with the Cada development, which was really well in time. And we can hope that we maybe get better or more espionage in January. But if we get lucky here, then we don't need to. So we do have a 30% chance right now, but our intel here will go up to +3. That should put us around 50% probably.
They won't see me
We
coming.
could, I think we can
What's
try
the
this here. Now we don't have ops available, so this will not work. I mean, it's a 26% chance to just be lucky, right? So
We'll
let's
see
do
what
it.
they're up to.
We can luck it. Let's try. Okay, and it will do what? Don't tell me it goes to ground. Please don't. No, it's still there.
Person of
Okay, it's
interest
still there.
surveyed.
Good. It does abductions and Yellowknife here. Good, 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 good. So we got the first investigate through.
Our
So
report
now we have
mission is
exactly
complete.
50%. Okay, I was close with my call there. Maybe we get lucky with a second investigate. That would be...
Problem solved permanently.
What? The other took... Okay, the others triggers later. I thought that would be in time. Good. So. That's the... Wow, we got a critical success even. Wow, that was lucky here. That's really lucky. Okay, recovered alien corpse. Few among us would ever have believed this day would come. Not only inarguable proof of life from another world, but the successful retrieval of an intact alien body. Ours to study at our leisure. Returning it to our labs has been a challenge, however. Its cellular structure began to deteriorate at an alarming rate, which we believe to be due to some sort of genetically programmed failsafe, presumably to prevent this race enemy from learning more about them. Fortunately, we were well equipped enough to quickly transfer the corpse into cryogenic storage, by which point only its outermost extremities had succumbed to necrosis. More problematically, the pathologist tasked with initial assessment of the body quickly fell into an inexplicable stupor. The effect dissipated within a few hours and did not repeat. A full postmortem may now begin.
We've taken one down, Commander.
We have acquired an alien corpse for study, though, not without casualties of our own. The target alien was neutralized with minimal collateral damage, and the recovery team arrived within the allotted window. Unfortunately, during the process of securing the alien corpse for transport, it revived and attacked. The leader of the recovery team was killed by a single blow from one of the alien's upper appendages, and 2 more suffered serious injuries while attempting to flee. At this point, our strike team re-engaged the alien, fired on it until it went down a second time, then continued firing into the body until they ran out of ammunition. Some cautious experiments led them to conclude that the alien was finally dead, at which point the body was recovered without further incident. Shortly before he was killed, the recovery team leader, a biologist, said that the alien's facial structure reminded him of the microscopic organism known as hydras, which themselves are known to regenerate from injuries. In the absence of any other description for the invaders, the name has quickly proliferated throughout our research and operations divisions. Yeah, now we want to research them and do whatever we need to do with them. So the thing is, what I wanted to mention, I didn't expect this to actually work on the first try, is that you always need to keep an eye on their traits. I wanted to show that. I didn't expect that to work, actually. Because the first wave of aliens that you get here, where you start with, more or less, they are harmless. You can easily take them out. The next waves of aliens that are coming as reinforcement are more prepared. They will have a lot better stats, and they will have defense mechanisms that kill you if you, for example, roll a critical fail. So be very careful and always check what kind of orcs and what kind of traits the aliens will have in the future, just to prevent huge frustrations on the player side. Yeah, now we can retake Canada again, and continue from there. That's pretty good. And solid coefficient system should also be in our hands here. From there we go into augmented learning and keep pushing our objectives. Okay, before we wrap up this episode, we have progressed into March and the next project is available, which is the Hydra biology here. But I want to mention that with the fission system that we research in the global tech here, we also unlocked nuclear freighters, which is going to be important for the next episode. This will reduce the boost costs further. It will also speed up HEP delivery. So this is really nice to have. And we're going to use that extensively in the next episode. We are also pushing, as we can see here, the settlement HEPs. So they are also on the way, which is going to finish soon. With the augmented reality, that will unlock the Ops Center. So that's also really good. And then also on top of that, we can pick the next technology here in this mission phase. So let's quickly get to that point and talk about where we are and what we're going to
Lending
do.
my expertise.
I will help them.
And there's one more thing which we can talk about as well. So we can theoretically now design ships, and I'm going to design here an escort class. Yeah, it's going to be an escort class because we also finished our Artemis torpedo base here. So we don't need these modules here. And they would be in here. I can... Wait a second, let's auto-design a ship. We are just making a tin can here. So we would have the Artemis torpedoes here in front. We do have a lithium-ion battery in the ship. We do have a water heat sink. We do have titanium array radiators to dissipate the heat that the ship is producing in space. We have our new solid core fission reactor that we researched with the tech that we got, but we do not really have a drive yet. I think the better one is the Nova liquid here that I want to use. And theoretically we could build like 2 of those here. We don't really need fuel, not a lot here at least. Like this would be perfectly fine. And then with that we could take out an alien destroyer. So we can call this a tin can for now. So this is a tin can designed to basically die whenever it's getting looked at. And any laser even strafes it. The point is it's supposed to send out torpedoes here. We can even kick out the lithium ion battery here and instead replace it with a magazine here. The magazine gives us 50% more ammo on our modules here. If we want to be really crazy, we can even throw out the heatsink. So like this. Totally possible. I think I even do this because we do not want to stay in the fight. So this will stay like this. We have a way to radiate heat from our generator. We have a drive. And then we have a lot of missiles in the boat here. So something like this could work. Would take us 90 days to build each of those. When we know that there is a ship coming towards Earth, we can then use this design. Call it tin can. Now we have that as a ship design here available. And then we could build it in our shipyard for a relatively minor cost of resources here. Because we do not have the nobles and the volatiles, but we could send that up from Earth if we want to. We could use that boost here to send it to low Earth orbit. However, now let's finish the episode with the tech pick here. Let's boost it up a bit. Never drive. Probably we are not going to use that. So,
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
permanent place here.
Order is returning.
So the augmented reality, as we talked about, unlocks the operations center. Combine that with the settlement core, then this would get unlocked. And this is one of our major steps towards what we want to get. We still want industrialization of space
is
here.
our greatest weapon, but
And now the big question is, okay, what do we do? And of course, we have done the fission system, which is one step towards the grid drive. So we want to continue towards the grid drive, and the grid drive now would need the ion drive here. So that's the next topic we have to tackle. And the ion drive will need electrostatic propulsion. So that's going to be our next pick here. Electrostatic propulsion, there we go. So we pick this, and then we have to research the ion drive, and then we get the grid drive. The other path would be to go the very expensive path towards the Helican drive, which is also a very early drive. We're going to do this afterwards. I'm going to just, because we do have the research, we can afford multiple paths here. And I just want to make multiple ship designs to also show how they work. Now we don't need to rush electrostatic here. We just want to win the slot. So we have to just make sure that we do. I think just 2 here is enough for the moment. We boost nuclear freighters as much as we can. And ideally we finish nuclear freighters similar to settlement hubs here. So that will work out roughly, but we don't have mining operational anyway. So this shouldn't be a problem. And then we have to start funneling research into industrialization of space here as well, so that we finish it this year. It's currently already projected to be this year's, but if an AI drops out of investing into this, that would be annoying. So after settlement hubs and nuclear freighters, we go all in on industrialization here. which is going to be all in next episode. Therefore, leave a like and subscribe, and see you then when we are going to continue that campaign and, well, yes, solidify our hold on Mars. That's going to be next episode.